I want to move on to something I think we liked a bit more. The Farewell. Lulu Wang wrote and directed.
Wong, bro. Come
Wong.
on, man.
Lulu Wong
Fucking
wrote and
Americans.
directed this this film that has a 100% rating on Rotten Tomato right now.
Damn right.
Uh, and my first takeaway, something I actually thought about while I was watching the film, was just give Aquafina more serious roles. Like, stop typecasting her as this like goofy Asian friend in a lot of these, and let her actually show her chops. Because I thought she was fantastic in this.
She
There's
will
so
be in
much.
Shang-Chi. Maybe that'll be what you want for
Yeah,
Marvel.
that's maybe, but I want to see her doing things like this, like these indie
Yeah,
films. She was so
no doubt.
good. What was your takeaway of the film?
Oh yeah, this movie like blew me away. I loved it. I went in I don't even know if I watched the trailer, to be honest. I just knew it was a Sundance hit. I knew A24 picked it up, and I knew the Rotten Tomatoes rating was so strong. And I knew Aquafina was in. That was really all I think I knew about it. And yeah, I loved it the whole time. I think there's not really much to spoil. The premise is that Aquafina is living in New York City, and she travels back to northern China with her family to be with her grandmother, who is dying of terminal cancer. But per Chinese custom, they won't actually tell her that. So they use this farce of a wedding to justify bringing the family together to say their goodbyes, quote unquote. That's really all the premise is to the movie, and obviously you can maybe guess where the threads go from there. But I just really liked how it weighed drama and comedy, seriousness and levity,
Mm-hmm.
and having Aquafina show a lot of range.
Yeah,
Again, as you said, an actress who we've only really seen do comedic work, uh, was great. And for it's Lu Wang's second feature film, her first of major note, and uh, quite the quite the debut, man. I liked it a lot. What'd you
yeah.
think?
No, the thing that you said blew you away was how it really balanced the scales between humor and drama and sadness. But I think what I was most impressed with was how the writing and the storytelling really left you feeling the conflict of the characters. Both sides. Aquafina's family, Billy's family, and her uncle's family
Right.
both have a different perspective. Shared in some ways and different in others. There's a huge "what's better, China or America" conversation
Mm-hmm.
at one point. But even like what they should do about telling Nai Nai about her illness, you go in, you're kind of like on the side of Aquafina, like, oh, they should
Mm-hmm.
absolutely tell her, like, Billy's right. But slowly you start to see all different perspectives, and you
Yeah.
just kind of leave like conflicted. You're like, I don't know what's the right thing to
It
do.
doesn't vilify the the stance that people like us from America immediately think is unethical, and
Exactly.
done in such a smart way.
And there's that scene and that image of her sitting on the floor in that pink room as her cousin's bride is trying to find her earring or whatever, and she
Oh
breaks down crying about how hard it was, when she moved to America, and how she wants to stay with Nine Nine now. And uh, that scene just sticks in my mind because I really think that embodies or captures the film so beautifully. This like very basic setting that is still visually captivating, where you see this character going through this range of emotions and just kind of left feeling unsure about everything. I think that really captures something about this sort of transition in life that not
yeah.
many films do this well. And I just really impressed with Wong's writing on this. I think she's got a great career ahead of her, especially telling these sort of stories.
Yeah, it's funny. This story was actually told on This American Life after Lulu struggled to get it made as a film the way she wanted. But yeah, I mean, the fact that it's majority in Mandarin, uh, I don't think that really hurts at all. I mean, obviously, it's you have to keep looking down, you lose the facial expressions at times, but uh, even if I'm reading it, the writing is so strong that
Mm-hmm.
Like all the laughs still hit. Like my theater uh, was pretty full. I saw it. I think I saw it 2 weeks ago, and the laugh lines all hit, and also the
Mhm.
sad stuff. Like it was a dusty theater at the end where I was,
Oh, yeah.
and honestly, I mean, there's so many great moments. I think there's a lot of like settings and meals, and hotel rooms. I guess those are I think the two best areas to for the scenes. But I think the cemetery scene really stands out, just
I
because it's pretty brief, but it kind of captures all the characters at once. And it's one of the line that is like, oh, no, no, he didn't quit smoking. He just told you that to make you feel better.
yeah.
Fucking pitch perfect.
I know, so
And
good.
meanwhile, this whole time, the farce of the wedding with
Mhm.
the cousin's girlfriend who doesn't even speak Mandarin at all. She only speaks Japanese, and she's just
Yep.
like so confused about what the fuck's going on the whole time. And they just play it for laughs in such a smart way.
Yeah. And
A
I
lot of
thought
good food jokes. It's really really joyous.
yeah, and I thought the actual wedding was really funny too, seeing the cousin get just like super drunk. The uncle like going up there and starting to cry and just like it seemed like such a weird reaction. It was just and then seeing her and her dad sing No Scrubs, I was like, oh, this is really, really fun. Really, I think just hit so many different marks so well. And shout out to Zhao Shuzhen, the grandmother. Nai was like the most amazing,
Eater.
like, yeah, I couldn't believe it. She just blew me away. Infectious, lovable. I kind of want her to be my grandmother in a sense, you know?
She was
She just
awesome.
is great. Um, any other thoughts before we move on?
Uh, this movie's doing very well at the box office, which is very exciting. It's been in limited release, 100-ish theaters for 3 weeks now. It's going wide this week, opposite Hobbs and Shaw, that counter programming. But it's funny, limited release, right? It's already up to 3.68 million domestically. That ranks 24th out of the 77 movies A24 has distributed, and they haven't even gone wide with it yet. So I'm really happy this movie found an audience, given that it is a movie with subtitles. It's a small scale movie. Uh, Aquafina's not an A-lister in the traditional sense. So that's just awesome to see. And I hope it
Absolutely.
continues to do well as it expands this week. Everyone will have a chance to watch it. So I hope that this trend continues because it's a movie that is worth everyone's time, obviously.